Number patterns, we need to finish off the syllabus for the year. Number patterns quadratic. Now they had to tell me that this was quadratic before they said to me, find x, but this is a quadratic number system. What do they say when they say it's quadratic?
Second.
That there's a common second difference. That's what I must be able to see, you know. How do I see it? Because you're going to do this. Maybe I should write it a little bit bigger. Right, so you're going to do first difference, second difference, so it's going to be 9 minus 4 is 5. X minus 9, 9 minus x is not right. X minus 9 and 37 minus x, are you with me? Then for our second differences, we say x minus 9 minus 5. 37 minus x minus, can I be lazy? Will you follow what I'm doing? Because it's that minus that whole bracket means this will become a minus and this will become a plus. That's why I'm going to make it with a big fat plus there that you'll remember. If you wrote it minus x minus 9, I know you didn't put the brackets. It's wrong. So you're going to get a mark for your first differences, a mark for your second differences. Your next mark will be saying that those two are equal. Because it's quadratic, the two second differences must be the same. What is this answer? X minus 14. And for this one, it is 46 minus 2x. Do I need to see exactly that? Or could you have first written everything, then switched it all around, then added it up? Remember, differences in methods, it doesn't matter. So this would then be 3x equal to 60, if I do it correctly. X plus 2x, 46 plus 14, and x is equal to
3.
That's it. Done. Go on to the next sum. You're rushing against time. Please, when you're in an exam, look at the marking. Allocation. So this one would have been like 4 marks. One for the first differences, one for the second, putting it equal, and then just 1 mark because it's linear equation. 4 marks. How many minutes? It's always a little bit more because you're going to write a 150 mark paper in 180 minutes. So it's a little bit more time than marks. So if it's 4 minutes, you estimate yourself if it's 4 marks, you estimate for yourself about 5 minutes. So if you get into 6 and 7 minutes, stop, go on. Otherwise you'll never finish the paper. And as you do it at home, as you're practicing at home to do a test, that's what you should do. You cannot take an hour for each of the sums and think, yes, I'm ready for the test. You have to work against time. So a 10 mark question, 13, 14 minutes. 2 mark question, 3 minutes. Somewhere you're going to save some time and somewhere you're going to lose some time in those difficult ones. But even in a level 4 sum, if it's 5 marks and you get to 10, 12 minutes, stop, carry on. Are you with me? Okay. Look at your time allocation. With number D, the normal, I'm giving you, first of all, I want the general term. So for the general term, I need to do first differences, and the first difference is, it's easier than that one, right? Definitely. 9 minus 20 will become plus 20, and that's 11. If you didn't get that right, again, minus 9 minus 20 becomes a plus, and that gives me 11. 0 minus 9 is 0 plus 9 is 9. 7 minus 0 is 7. Is there a pattern? Because if there isn't, you made a mistake. Is there a pattern? Yes. The second difference is 9 minus 11. It's not 2. Please do what I teach you. 9 minus 11, 7 minus 9. But you don't write 2 when it should be negative 2. Otherwise, everything's falling apart and you can't get the mistake. And you can't get the mistake. So the second difference is the same. To get to Tn, our formulas are 2a, 3a plus b, that's our second set, and then a plus b plus c, third set. Okay, so 2a equal to negative 2, a is going to be equal to negative 1. Step 2, 3a plus b is 11, and a was equal to negative 1. So minus 3 comes across, becomes a plus 3, so b is equal to 40. And my third question, equal to negative 20, so a was negative 1, plus 14, plus c equal to negative 20. This is plus 13, negative 13, so it's negative 33 for the value of c, so that my Tn is a, which is negative 1, n squared, plus b, 14n, plus c. It does tend to become a nice little recipe sum. Just don't overestimate yourself. Be careful. Okay, don't do it too fast. Be accurate. Right, the second part of that question says, tell me which term will have the highest value in this whole expression. Let's think about it. Highest value. We've got minus 90, minus 20, minus 9, 0, and then 7. This is getting higher. Do you agree? So if they're asking me for the highest, then somewhere this higher has to become lower again. I'm busy with a quadratic, which is a parabola. So in all accuracy, there should be a maximum, depending. Please remember that you cannot work here where n is negative. It can only maybe be this piece here. Okay, so somewhere, if they ask me for the highest, and why did I make that particular frowny face? Because a was negative. Everything that you've learned in parabola still apply. So how will I know what the maximum value is? Yesterday we said completing the square. If I do completing the square here, because that's not the only option, the other one is actually easier, finding your actual turning point. Okay? If you do completing the square, this is a little bit more difficult than the example. What do you have to first do? Take out the negative and do what with it? It must stay there. You can't divide it away. Where? This is not an equation, it's an expression. So take out the negative, and inside n squared minus 14n is left. I taught you, because there's lots of different variations, that the minus 33 here will stand there on its own. Right, this is still the same sum as it was. What do you then do once this a value is positive 1? You take the negative 14 and you times with a half and square it, and that answer is 49. What do I do with the 49? That is the third missing link to make this trinomial be a completed square. But the minus will still stay and the other stuff as well. Can I just add the 49 there? No, it's illegal. I can't just put stuff in there. What did I truly add to the sum? Negative 49, because it's inside of a bracket that has a negative outside. So I added negative 49, so I must plus 49, and then it looks weird. It looks like I'm adding and adding. It's not true. It's minus 49 and plus 49 that is legal. So then if I add these two together, we're going to get to 16. Am I right? Okay. And then the minus, like I said, will stay there. What is the steps now for completing the square? It's the first term's square root, which is n. The second term's sine, which is negative. And then the square root of the third one, which is? What does that represent? It's actually turning point if you're looking with x's. The turning point is where n is 7, the value will be 16. The question was, which term will have the highest value? The 7th term will be the highest value. Will be term number 7, and I'm done. What is the highest value? It's 16. So that T7 would be equal to 16. That is the maximum value that this thing will climb to, and then it will go down again. Does it make make sense to you? Other option, can I not go and do x is equal to negative b over 2a for the turning point? The negative b then should be negative 14 over 2 times minus 1, which gives me positive 7. But that's so much easier, but you need to remember about maximums and minimums and about completing the square for whenever you need it. Right. Okay, the question just says, there's the row, find the position and the value of the term with the lowest value. Obviously you're seeing number patterns. If you don't know anything else, you're doing what you were taught. You do those little spider webs, you find the TN, hopefully you're on the right track. Because that's exactly what you do. The previous question was exactly this question. But they just said first, find TN, then find the one with the lowest term. They just saying, find the position and the value. So in the previous one, the position was 7, and the actual value of that lowest term was 16. That's exactly what you're going to do here, but asked on a different way. So first of all, let's find TN. First find our first differences and our second differences, and then we can get going. Is it getting boring a little bit? Okay, so this one would be? 57. 59, and then I suppose negative 61. 5, sorry, I heard it wrong. So then I suppose, because I'm seeing a pattern and I know they said to me that it was quadratic. So then I say negative 55 plus. Are you with me? Negative 55 minus minus will become a plus, and the answer is 2. Negative 53 minus minus becomes a plus, so the answer is 2 again. Please make sure that you don't write 2, it must be minus 2 and the other way around. Make sure. So that 2a is equal to 2, 3a plus b is equal to 57. Step number 1, a is equal to 1. Step number 2, where the a value is 1, and the b value then will be negative 60. When the numbers are so large, you kind of like feel threatened. It doesn't matter whether it's small or large, it's the same exact routine. So a plus b plus c is equal to 846, goodness gracious. 1 minus 60 plus c, what is c please? 7?
8, 5.
Thank you. So that my Tn will be 1n squared minus 60n plus 785. And double check yourself on calculator work, please. Make sure. So nobody said to me find Tn. They said find the term number. First of all, the number of the term with the lowest value and the actual value of the lowest value. So I'm going to do exactly the same sum as what I have been doing all the time. Okay, so the question did say, find the position and the value of the term with the lowest value. So we're seeing it going down, 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 and they're saying there's going to be a minimum. So somewhere it's going to go down and back up again. Confirmation that it will go down and up again. Look at the formula. Smiley, frowny?
Smiley.
Smiley, and a smiley face will have a
Minimum.
minimum. Are you with me? So definitely for the minimum value, previous one was a maximum because it was a frowny face. For the minimum value, I'm going to take this one again, just because I want you to practice completing the square. And it's not a difficult one, this. We are going to say, nothing to do, right? All you need to do is that there is already a 1, there's no manipulation needed. Take the negative 60 and you do what? Times by a half and square it. And that gives you 900. So it's plus 900 minus 900. Because there was nothing done in the front there. So then let's complete the square. Square root n. Sign negative. Square root 30. And don't forget your square. And then this added together gives me 5. So now interpret what's going on here. If this was a sketch of a parabola, the turning point would have been 30 and 5. Please don't forget it's positive 30. It's always the sign changed, and this one doesn't change the sign. So that would have been the turning point if it had actually been in terms of x, the parabola. But what does it say about this quadratic number pattern? That the minimum value would be where n is 30. Then Tn, the actual value would be 5. You see this xy isn't xy, it's n Tn. In terms of n, Tn is the subject, y is the subject. Are you with me? So that means where n is 30. So the 30th term will have a value of 5. Or let's put it like this. Term 30 would be 5. So the minimum value would be at term 30, and the actual value there would be 5. So it would go down, down, down. Nice question. Just thought of it. So it'll go down, 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 and say here's 30, and there's 5. So the graph should look something like this. Do you agree? Yeah. Now that makes no sense for quadratic number patterns, because the numbers can't be -1, -2. Okay, so the question could have been, prove that there can be no negative term. Exactly the same. Why? Because the lowest value is 5 and it can't go less. So all of the other values have to be more than 5, so it has to all be positive. Listen carefully to my question again. Same sum. Could have said, prove that there will be no negative terms in this number pattern. Exact same sum. You would have just stopped here and said, well, so the minimum value is 5, so therefore no negative values. Just to answer my question. You with me, guys? This one you have to try on your own. Number B. There was x's and y's, and I'm asking you to find x and y, but I have to say, listen, this is a quadratic number pattern. So if I say this is, what am I telling you? Second differences are the same. For that knowledge and doing it and showing me, you're definitely going to get marks. So you need to first do first differences. You with me here? Which would be 50 minus x, not x minus 50. Negative 18, agree? 32 minus 50. Y minus 32. 8 minus y. There's no two ways about it. That's it. That's the first differences. 1 mark. Then you still have to do the second differences, which you know are going to be equal. They're going to be in terms of x and y, but they have to be equal. And that's how I'm going to find my x and y. Because if I say solve x and y, should pop to your mind simultaneous equations. Sometimes easier, sometimes less. Okay, let's see. So this one would be negative 18 minus this whole thing. So it's minus 50. Are you with me? Saving time. That minus this whole thing will make it a minus and a plus. Okay. For this one it will be y minus 32 plus 18, right? Because it's that minus minus becoming a plus. So here again, 8 minus y, subtracting makes it minus and plus. Are you following, guys? Not just writing. 8 minus y minus the whole thing becomes a minus and a plus, because minus does have that effect on other signs. Then we can first simplify a little bit and see what's happening here. We've got negative 78 plus x, right? This is y minus, what is it? 14. Am I right? And 38 minus 2y. Oh, that's not a lot more simplified, but at least. I know that they are all
And that's
equal.
negative 68.
Which one?
There, right?
Oh, can't add. Thank you. Negative 68. What do I know about them? They're all equal. but I have to solve for x and y. So I need a plan. If you put them equal to each other, that's fantastic. Negative 68 plus x equal to y minus 14, that's right. And y minus 14 is equal to 38 minus 2y. And even, why can't I put those two equal to each other? Do you agree? Negative 68 plus x is also equal to 38 minus 2y, because that's the only options I have. Put them equal to each other, them equal to each other, but those two are also equal to each other. What is the best choice to start with? First one, second one, third one. Why? Because it only has one variable. Will it happen that you can get only two with two variables? And then what do? Simultaneous equations. How? Get x or y alone into the other one. Get x or y alone into the other one. But in this particular question, there was a better option. Not the only option, but a better option to start here. Because you're going to solve for y. And once you've got y, can I go here and substitute the y and then I'll get x? So you can make stuff a little easier or a little harder for yourself by choosing. Sometimes there's a lot of them, but there's one that actually stands out that's so easy. Please look, don't just do. Alright, so this one is where I will start. So I'll have, yes?
That's 14 minus 2y, not 38.
Oh, this is 32. Sorry, I can't read my own handwriting. Thanks for stopping me talking before I do the whole thing wrong. This is 32, so this will be 40. Thank you. So, happy on that? Okay. So this will be 3y equal to?
26.
Okay, and y is then equal to? 18 if I'm right. Please check up on me, obviously. Alright. Happy on that? Do I have to go do this one as well? Well, choose. You've got to do one of them. Either now in this one you can substitute the y value with 18, or you can go here and substitute the y value, but you're not going to do it everywhere. So actually I could have written it down, but I didn't even have to. Or I could have done that one and not even done this one. Are you with me? You've got choices because they all are true. I'm choosing that one because it has one variable. Will there always be one with one variable? If you do get to one that is two equations with two variables, then you do it the way you always do simultaneous equations. Get the x or the y alone, substitute it into the other one, like always. Okay, let's go to this one. So maybe we should say this is number 1, and this is number 2, so I'm going to do 2 into 1. But at least I can see what you're doing. Unless you start, like you guys like to, writing it here and there and everywhere, and I can't follow where you're going. Okay, so this will then be negative 68 plus x equals 18 minus 14. So negative 68 plus x, y is 18, negative 14, and we're solving for x. And it is 70? Okay, now is there a way that I can test myself? Because I'm done. Some was 5 marks for the exam. I'm on 7 minutes. Done. Sorry. There's no time to lose. But at home, we can go check this out. In class, we can go check this out. It means, because the sum is done, I just said find x and y, I'm done. X and y. Remember to highlight your answers. Yes, ma'am, x and y, there they are. What does it mean for my number pattern? It starts off then with 72, then 50, then 32, then 18, then 8. Now, please don't do that in an exam. All we're trying to see is it working? How does it work? Agreed? 50 minus 72, we're wasting time now, but it's okay, we're practicing. What am I trying to find? To see that this is truly a quadratic equation, because the second differences are the same, are they? What is the second difference? 4 minus 4? Okay, I can't catch you out anymore. So negative 18 minus minus becomes a plus, it's 4. So if I had to do the sum, I'm not going to. 2a equals 3a plus, etc. But at least that tells me it worked out. If you go there and this was 4 and 2 and 4, then something's not like that. It had to be, if it's a quadratic equation, then this should be a quadratic form. This should be the same second difference. Right. Okay, the one thing I want to show you today is something that will be asked, is always asked. Question says, find the general term. There's the pattern, minus 4, minus 1, minus 2, minus 7. Find the first, find the second. This, I think, should be now easy work for you guys. Now the second question says, calculate the difference between the 25th and 26th term. So in other words, here we go, term number 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's term number 25th and 26th? How would I do that?
Yes, substitute in.
Substitute in what?
24.
Okay, no, please don't do that. Okay, it's not wrong, but there's a shorter way. If I actually want the difference between the first and the second term, I actually have to look at term 1 of the linear equation. Follow me here. The difference between term 1 and 2 is the first term of the linear one. The difference between the second and third is the second term. Listen carefully, I want you to find the pattern. The difference between term 4 and 3 is term 3 of the linear term. The difference between the 25th and 26th term is the 25th term in the linear one. So actually what I'm asking you is, in the linear one, what is term? I want you to get that. So first difference, term 1 is the difference between 1 and 2. Term 2 between 2 and 3. Term 3 between 3 and 4. You follow the pattern. So term what is between 25 and 26? 25. The 25th term in this linear one would be, so go find the linear term expression and find term number 25. Just do that one for me for tomorrow.